welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the 2025 GSL Season 2 broadcast of the round of 12 of Group A. We are halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up with Match 1 and Match 2, and now we're here with our winners match. Here we go. We're here with Solar and Zoun. Solar just took down Creator 2-0. Zoun just took down Cure 2-0 as well. Both looking quite strong in their respective matchups, but how do they compare to each other? Here we go. There's a lot to get into when it comes to both Solar and Zoun, and I'll be honest, I don't think we really got to see much of Solar's play. When it came to the previous series, yes, we already saw Solar in ZVP. That's true. That's true. We saw him in a ZVP matchup, but Solar, he was very much so reacting to Creator. Creator, game 1, game 2, different forms of Glaive Adepts, and both games, Solar playing safe, did defend, and then did counterattack with an all-in. And both games was successful after punishing Creator. So I don't think we really got to see much of his more standard or even mid-game. Again, he was all just reacting to Creator's aggression. So we'll see how Zoun will adjust his approach. Does he also try to go Glaives at some point, or do we have a more standard approach instead? We're here to find out. We're here to find out as we are jumping to game 1, as we are jumping into, once again, every series so far has begun on Persephone. Let's go. Let us go. So we are loading into Persephone here for the first game of the series. As a reminder, this is a best of 3, and the winner of this series will be advancing on into the next round of GSL, into the round of 8. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Team Vitality. It is Zoun. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself, the Zerg player himself from South Korea, representing Team Falcons. It is a Solar. Este Ralbax. Aye. True. Look, it makes sense, okay? These young kids taking our acronyms. They're taking them away. But let's go. As we are settling into our first game of the series, and again, for the last EVP, we did see Creator just go for non-stop Glaive Adepts here, was shut down. Zoun, I'm sure he was watching, I'm sure he's fully aware, and we'll see how he will adjust. Now, what I will say coming into this is that Zoun was looking very impressive against Cure. Likewise, he's also been looking very impressive in PvP. I would go as far as to say that Zoun's currently weakest matchup is PvZ. I should also emphasize, it is the matchup that he's been working on the most. It is the matchup that he's been working on. He's aware of it. He's aware of some weak points, and he has been working on it. I know that he even reached out to Hero for a little bit, but I mean, Hero has his own style of PvZ, to be fair. So we'll see how Zoun has been able to prepare for GSL for this group, for Solar. That's also the great thing about GSL, is that, again, you do have time to prepare for your match ahead of time. You are aware of your opponents, so you can prepare some specialized builds and some specialized play. As for now, Solar forced safety on natural. The pylon block did make Solar a little bit more uncomfortable here in the early game, as he does split off. And we'll see how he will adjust. Again, this just means that it's going to be a little bit more awkward to defend against the early game Adepts. Just a little bit. But so far, in this kind of game state, at this stage of the meta and this far into StarCraft, Zerg players are very much so used to it. Used to defending in this position behind the Stargate opener out of Zoun. Opening up Stargate, getting into his Oracle play. Just like last game, from here, Zoun has the option to go into Oracle. He can go into Void Ray, he can go Phoenix, he can go Oracle into Phoenix. Like, there are different variations of Stargate play that he can go for. I know for a while he was quite fond of Void Ray openers, especially back like in December, January. But that has fallen by the wayside. At least for Zoun. Likewise, Solar's just droning up. And our first moment here that we're going to be looking for is the tech of choice for Zoun. Oracle into a third. Into what? Do we go for a Twilight Council without Forge into Glaive Adepts? Do we go for a Forge alongside it? Do we go for an early Forge into Charge instead? Zoun does have options, as it is going to be the Oracle first, not Void Ray. So the Oracle is moving out. Pylon is thrown down, getting ready for that tech further behind the main. As Stalker does zone away the Oracle. Sorry, does zone away the Overlord. Adept does shade into the mid run, getting two drones, not bad. 2 drones go down, but for 2 adepts, not the best trade for Zoun. In losing those adepts, that tells me that Zoun has less to defend his third base, so instantly Link counterattack. Link counterattack across the map. Solo, he's moving out to deny the third, and the Oracle has to stay back home. Has to stay home here. Link's in position. He fans out towards both third base locations. And Zoun, he's going to have to fight for his third base now a little bit more than he would otherwise have to. Yeah, the Oracle's ready. The probe is stuck here at the natural. And so far, this is a nice delay. Oh, he dives in, gets the probe, does pick up the probe, does delay the third. Nice pick up here from Solar. Get no mage damage, but does delay. As now Zoun will expand. Behind the Solar, he's droning. He's saturating. We do have our Twilight Council, our take of choice here for Zoun. And we are now waiting for the Forge. There it is, Forge on the way. Ooh, something that we have not seen today, actually. But Twilight Council into Forge. Now, the timing's here a little bit off because the third base is late. But this should be Blinken +1. Should just be Blinken +1. Solar playing safe, Roachhorn. There it is. That was around a 4:45-ish Roachhorn timing. So if this was a Depths, then Solo would be ready for it. But as we can see, it's not a Depths. Yeah, Blink is on the way. Solo just playing safe. After the series against Creator, it makes sense. It makes sense he would just play safe. Just be a little bit more reserved. Oracle's making the way in between the bases. Not bad. Catching out 1, 2, 3 transferring drones. Very nice catch. Zoun finding damage. Adepts on the right-hand side. They're shading in. Ooh, don't quite commit. Don't quite commit. And right now, it's all on Solo to keep up with the aggression of Zoun. Meanwhile, Eva Chamber is now done. From here, do we go into melee? Do we go into range? What's the upgrade of choice? These gases are being taken. Going up to 5 gases. Going up to 6. Are we crazy enough to go for a Spire? Are we going into Mutas? That's a lot of gas. What is the take of choice? Show us the Hydrogen or the Spire. It's going to be one or the other. Okay, plus on melee. Plus on melee. We have Roach Speed on the way as well. It looked like Solar, he was still deciding himself. Like, he did have... There was a period of time that we were just waiting. With melee being researched, it looks like... Oh, I was going to say further tech. I was going to say a Hydrogen. He hides the Spire. He's crazy. He does hide the Spire. Okay. Again, the 6 gases were telling here that it was going to be very tech-heavy. And this is going to be a hidden Spire out of Solar. Going into Mutas. Oh boy. Cheeky build here by Solar. Very cheeky. We'll see if we can get away with it. We'll see if we can go by unscouted. Now, the gases were a tell. Zoun, he hasn't seen. He didn't confirm gases at the natural, didn't confirm gases in the main, so he's unaware of how much gas Solar has. So he's working with incomplete information. Revelation here at the natural. Solar moving out. Applying pressure. There is enough to defend back at home. We have shield batteries, we have stalkers. +1 is finishing. And Zoun does catch the army. And again, Solo, he has no intention to commit. He's just posturing. Just posturing. From here, pulls away, bleeds out a roach, bleeds out 2 roaches. Oh, 3 roaches even. A nice engage here from Zoun. Does pull away the weakened Stalker. Very nice control. Blinks on forward, punishes the roaches even more. And these nice trades. Meanwhile, we have 10 Mutas on the way. Roach speed did complete. Melee is almost done. And so far, Zoun has no idea. He has no idea that Mutas are coming. Going to plus on their attack. It looks like Solo, he's committing into mass Muta. Why now just dancing with the army, poking, prodding, trading in the bases. Oh, we are ready. Oh my god. He didn't scout, by the way. He has no idea, but we have a cannon, we have a shield battery already in position. The natural's exposed. But the main is secure. And the Mutas are revealed. He moves a real here on the right hand side, and now Zoun is full. Sorry, Zoun. Now Zoun is fully aware. Phoenix production has begun. A second Stargate's on the way. Getting a solid setup here from Zoun. Solar does try to dive. Going for the base. The fourth base is on the fire. It's going to be canceled. That's a kill. Kill under cancel on the fourth. Brutal pickup. We just rotate over towards the third base. There is some side defensive position. Only some. Yeah, the gases are exposed. Going for the gas geyser. Ling Roach moving in once again. The fourth base this time is secure. And Mutas haven't dealt critical damage yet, only getting 2 probes. Only 2 workers. Nothing major. Zoun, he's holding on. Is holding on. Solar pulling away. Rotating over. That's still a lot of Muta. That's 24. Like, again, despite the Phoenixes, despite the setup, Solar, he's still just doubling down, just going Mass Muta. Mass Mutaling. And he will get 1 Phoenix. He will get 1. He will... he does not. Nice movement here by Zoun. There we go. 1 Phoenix does fall. Meanwhile, Lings, they dive on top of the fourth base. We have Lings here on the right-hand side as well. And Zoun is keeping up. It's keeping up at the last minute. They dive into the middle line. 12 probes go down. Ay, ay, ay. Came for the production. And more Phoenixes are falling. We need some Blink Stalkers here. We need some kind of support. But some rough losses for Zoun. Leading out another Phoenix. Losing a little bit too much. So 12 probe kills. That was how many Phoenixes? That was 4 Phoenixes going down as well. And Solo is not done. He's going to keep on going. How good are the storm's going to be? For now, just zoning. Zoning storm. Mutas into the main. This time there are Stalkers in position. Phoenixes, they do punish that much harder. Yeah, better engage here by Zoun. Much better. Trading out Stalkers, that's true, but he's killing Mutas. Yeah, again, very nice movement with the Phoenixes. Picking up even more. Oh my god, so many Mutas going down. And another. Ooh, we'll lose 2 Phoenixes in the process. At the same time, massive Link counterattack here at the third. Zoun not quite in position, but the side defense is buying time. It's buying time. As Mutas, they catch another Phoenix. Oh, they try to. Now pulling away. Getting surrounded. But Zoun, he's holding his own. That was how many? That was 28 Mutas going down. These are expensive losses for Solar. Throwing down more more stasis traps, more shield batteries, more cannons. The Phoenix count is still relatively low, so that's why we can still commit to Mass Muta. We even have a Corruptor in the mix as well. Ooh. Links are deflected. Zealots are ready. Storm coming in. Big reaction. Storms. Oh my god, they do connect. Massive storms. And one more storm would be enough. Mutas, they get the hell out of there. They're so incredibly low. One storm would just end this. Meanwhile, Lings, they commit. Oh, the Zealots are out of position. Yeah, Zealots out of position. That was a bit of an F2 there from Zoun. But he does hold. We'll lose the cannon. Cannon does go down. Yeah, it does rebuild. Like, the cannons, they're not here to defend. They're here to delay. They're here to just give the Protoss time to react. So important that he does replace them. Ooh. Takes down another Corruptor. And Zoun, he should have this. He should have this. The Archon has arrived as well. Oof. Say that we have a decent storm on the Mutas. Decent storms. Lings, they collapsed in. Where are those Zealots? Yeah, the Zealots, once again, Zealots out of position. They were in the main. Brutal. Oh, but the storms! Oh my god, the Mutas! They take the storms to the face, and Solo, he plummets in supply. He will lose everything. The Lings and Mutas go down. I'm afraid to look. How many? 50? 62. 62 Mutas. Ay, ay, ay. And Zoun, he's running away with this. Now it's time to counterattack. Now it's time to move out. Solar, he is crippled. Takes all the storms to the face, but yay. And there are some Banelings on the way. We have some Queens to defend. Mutas are trying to hold their own. But Zoun, he just rallies in. He just rallies across the map. The Banelings are almost done, but even if they finish, it's not going to be enough. They will take down the Zealots at least. Some of them. Oof. As we're down to a handful of mutas. They are being cleaned up. Every muta goes down. GG gets called, and Zoun, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. With that, Zoun does take a lead. Again, Solar, he just did not do enough damage. As we were mentioning at the time, the Spire did go unscouted, but Zoun was playing safe. Zoun, he recognized, hold up, you're being aggressive with Lings with Roaches, but you're not making additional Roaches, you're not making additional Hydras. It is not uncommon to go Ling Roach into Muta, so we already saw that Zoun, he was somewhat prepared. He had a cannon and shield battery in the main base. Once the Mutas were revealed, he did have a very good response, and the Mutas did not really do much damage. He got 12, there was that one dive where Solo got 12 probes. He got 12 probes in the main. That was the one good fight or good trade that he had where he got 12 workers, and I think he killed like 3 Phoenixes. That was okay, but after that, he didn't really get much more damage done. Like, Zoun was doing a great job here at defending, at securing his 4 bases, and Solo, he was just ramming his face against a brick wall, and he was just not able to trade efficiently enough. He was not able to do enough economic damage or army damage either, and we saw in the end he was overwhelmed. Dived too far in and was just stormed heavily to death. GG. The storms were brutal, Patty. They were brutal. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2, and we'll get into game number 2. What a crushing position to lose from. I would say that Solo was never ahead. Just to reiterate, Solo only had one good fight with the mutas. Zoun was in a pretty good position, like, throughout. He didn't take critical damage. Again, the most damage he took were those 12 probes, which is those 12 probes. Like, Zoun, he was more or less prepared. So there was a lot of pressure on Solo to try to find some more damage, and he wasn't quite able to do so. Here we go. As we're now getting into game number 2. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg, representing Team Falcons. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back, we'll see if he can recover and force the ace match. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Team Vitality. It is Zoun. We go. As yeah, Solar here never quite found himself in the lead that he was hoping to find himself in that last game. And again, that is the risk you take with mutas. Like, mutas, winding it back a little bit, ideally when you go into muta play in this matchup, you do want to go unscouted, you want to catch your opponent off guard, but that did not happen. Right? That did not happen this game. Again, Zoun, he was already prepared in the bases. And Solar, he just doubled down, he just committed, hoping to get some damage done. Now, after the failed muta play in game 1, I would not expect to see that again here in this series. Maybe in the ace match, but no shot we see it here in game 2. It's very map specific. Very map specific. And here, the rush distance by ground is a lot shorter than on Persephone. So it'd make more sense to go for something more ground-oriented instead. As we are getting into our openers. So far, so good. And from here, we'll keep an eye once again on the tech. It should be a Stargate opener, but we'll see. Based on the final location, yeah, it should be a Stargate opener here by Zoun into Oracle, into a third base. Just like last game, we're going to be keeping an eye on the timings here of our tech, on the Twilight Council, on the Forge. We'll see if Solar can once again delay the third. That was something that he was able to pull off last game, which was delay the third base and disrupt the build slightly of Zoun. True. Was able to pull that off. As there's a Stargate from our Protoss. So far, so standard. Likewise, at last game, Solar, he went for a safety Roach-Horn, which didn't really come into play. We'll see if he does go for a safety Roach-Horn again, or if he does skip his Roach-Horn and embrace Ling Hydra. So far, Zoun is threatening a shade. Just keeping tabs on Solar, just making sure there's no additional gas income. Does confirm, no gas is being mined. Double depth, they can one-shot drones, they can still threaten the bases. And Solar, he's keeping up. Doesn't give into the shade. And unlike the last game, if you remember, the reason why Solar was able to delay the third was because Zoun lost his first two adepts. This time, Zoun, he saves the adepts. This time he pulls away, and this time Zoun, his third base should be safe and sound. Ooh, that is a Twilight Council before third. That is very aggressive. Now, the last time we saw Solar in this match, on this map, Creator did go Glaive Adepts, but he opened Glaives. This is gonna be a very low Twilight Council before the third base. Stargate opener initially into Glaives. I mentioned before, if Solar skips his Roach one here, he's gonna be in danger. I'm assuming this is gonna be Glaives though. We'll see, as we have no additional gateways yet. There's that third. Show us what you got. Yeah, there it is. Glaives are on the way. And again, I would say that this is just a much better place in the series to do this on. After a standard game 1 from Zoun, to go into Glaives here in game 2 after the Stargate as well. Safety Roach 1. Okay, there's Revelation. Safety Roach 1 out of Solar. So Solar, he does not cut corners. Solar playing safe. Does play safe. So Solar, he will have the tools to defend, but does he make any roaches? It's still possible that Solar might just drone and drone and drone and skip roach production and just get caught out. So this is going to be a scary moment for him. Oh, doesn't get this around. Doesn't quite get this around. From here, Solar does pull away. And the Glaives are about to finish. Adepts are building up here in the bases. Solar, he has yet to confirm. And so far, Solar is still droning, which is okay. The Roach Warren is done, but this is what I spoke about. Yes, he has a Roach Warren. Yes, he has +1 melee on the way, but he is not making roaches. I mean, there's no reason to make roaches, is the problem. Oh. So far, he hasn't seen many Adepts yet. This is all standard. And now he confirms. Yeah, now he knows Roach production has begun. You have 6 roaches on the way. Queens are moving in, and he should wall. Yeah, it does fully wall off. So far, nice reaction by Solar. He reacts well. We have 10 roaches in production. Adepts say don't commit. Now remember something. This has to get damaged. The Forge is late. Late Forge, late Blink, late upgrades, all delayed because of these Adepts. And so far, he's deflected. He's denied Solar defense. Solar does defend, and we've seen this before. Overlord Speed. Overlord Speed. Solar, just like against Creator, he defends against the Glaive Adepts, and the plan here is to counterattack into all-in. So we have a counter all-in here from Solar going for the German Taxi. Solar, he's cutting workers at 63. He's not going to jump any further. He's just doubling down on Ling Roach. He's going to commit. He's going to commit here. Behind this 4th base is just finishing up, just for Larva. Here come the Drop Lords, here come the Lings, here comes the everything. And also a shout out to Holy Lime in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thanks so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime, for 28 months. Over 2 years of support. Thank you, Papi, thank you. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Do appreciate it greatly here. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the casting, hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the StarCraft as the all-in has arrived. Here comes the German Taxi. Sazer Trap's gonna be on the way. And Solar, he can pick and choose. Does he hit the third? Does he hit the natural? Shield Batters are finishing. Zoun getting ready. He's got cannons, he's got shield batters, he's got stasis traps. Queens, they drop off. They go for the Oracle. Oof. Oracle takes a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. Oh, has to pull away, has to respect those Oracles. Yeah, the Queens are a little bit too far back. The Queens, they can't quite engage so far. Zoun, he does defend well here on top of the ramp. Oh, now he commits. Flush issues. Adepts are going down. Whilst they graze the cannons, running out of Zerglings. Likewise, the Oracles, they're running out of energy. Queens are moving in. And Solar looks like he has enough to break this. At the same time, though, those 4 Oracles, they're going ham. Yeah, they're picking off so many Zerglings. As Zerglings, they're rallying in. Queen goes down. And Zoun is holding. Zoun, he's holding on. These Oracles, they did so much in the backline. They cleaned up so many Zerglings. Yeah, so many Zerglings went down. Ooh, I say that. The Oracles are falling. They're finally falling. Yeah, the Oracle's out of NG. Ah, he does it. He does it. 24 probe kills. Lings, they dropped into the main at the same time. No cannon, no defense. These Zerglings, they cripple the economy. And Zoun didn't notice. He did not notice. And the third base has been broken. Ah, yeah. I didn't notice, to be fair. GG gets called. GG, Zoun gets punished for the adepts, and we are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Again, Zoun, honestly, he was defending well. He was defending very well here at the third. I was very impressed by his specifically Oracle movement and Oracle positioning. He went up to 4 Oracles. He shut down the Zerglings, but the entire time he was leading out probes. And you may be thinking, in a defensive position like that, does it matter? I mean, you still need warping, you still need an economy. And alas, that was lacking there for Zoun. He lost everything in the main. And in the end, Solar, he does punish the Glaive Adepts. GG. GG well played. So he's had to play against a lot of adepts today. 2 games from Creator and one's here as well against Zoun. And do we go for it again as we're going into the ace match? We're tied up 1-1. We're going to game 3 and we'll see what Zoun has to offer. And we'll see how Solar responds and how he reacts, as game 3 is going to be on Incorporeal. Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting into our next game, as we are loading into the ace match. Whew. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Falcons. Surviving, defending, and punishing the Glaive Adepts in the last game and bringing us to the ace match. Can he keep it going? Can he keep up that momentum? It is a Solar. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Team Vitality being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he bring it home and make it into the next round, into the round of 8? It is Zoun. We go. And I'm hoping that we don't see Glaive Adepts again, because Solar, he has defended and deflected and shut down Glaive Adepts 3 times tonight. 2 different opponents, 3 different games. You need to calm down with the Glaive Adepts, baby. Calm down. Solar, he's more than warmed up against it. More than warmed up. So far, send it opener. Hatch gas pool. Going for the initial extractor trick. With that, able to get his hatchery a little bit earlier. On location. Otherwise, we're calming down. Now, as we settle into Incorporeal, I do not expect to see Glaives. No, sure. Not after the day of StarCraft that we've had. We're expecting something more standard. Something that I will say, though, is that Incorporeal is a larger map in the map pool. True. Longer rest distance by air and by ground. The bases are a little bit more spread out. And this is not the worst map to go into Spire and to go into Mutas. We saw Muta play in Game 1. We could see it again here in Game 3. I would say that it's a viable option. We'll keep an eye on Solar. If you remember, the tell of that was the earlier layer, but also the 6 gases, right? He went up to 6 gases, then he rushed into his tech. So we'll keep an eye on the gas count of Solar. We'll keep an eye on what tech he does invest into. But Muta play is back on the table here on Incorporeal. I will say, though, after Game 1, I mean, it might not be too tempting, right? If, like, Game 1, Zoun had a really solid defense, and he was playing just really safe against it, despite not scanning the Spire. So we'll see. Meanwhile, as we settle into game number 3, a big shout out to Mandalore in the chat. Baby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime for 2 months, in a row. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. That's it. Thank you. As the Stargate is on the way. I still have yet to watch. One of these days, I'll watch The Mandalorian. But one of these days. Assuming that's the reference to Mandalore. Yeah. Have no time. Ooh, meanwhile, speaking of, that's not an Oracle. That's a Void Ray. Okay. Okay, Zoun. You have my attention. Void Ray opener out of Zoun will be hunting down the Overlord, will be hiding the tech. Now, the thing about a Void Ray opener is that you could hide tech, you could hide a Fleet Beacon, a second Stargate, a rush into Tempest, we could be hiding in Glaive Adepts, we could be hiding anything, or we could be hiding nothing. We could be hiding nothing here. So that's the scary thing about something like a Void Ray opener, is that it does kind of give you that ambiguity. Solar is going to be in the dark. I've gone by Mandalore since like 2005. I mean, Mandalore was a thing before the show Mandalorian, right? But okay, sure. Maybe unrelated to Star Wars. Fair enough. So Zoun does go for the third. And we are waiting to see his tech of choice. There we go. Early Twilight Council. Based on the Twilight Council, okay, never mind. I was gonna say based on Twilight Council timing, we could be going into Glaze, so no, it is gonna be a Forge follow-up. This looks like +1 and Blink as a follow-up out of Zoun. But this is still an earlier Twilight Council, so this is gonna be an earlier Blink timing, assuming that it is Blink. Mandalore is the leader of the Mandalorians. Yeah. I read my Jedi Knights as a kid. By that, I think I read like maybe 2 or 3. Okay, I by no means like read the entire series or anything. So far, the Oracle is going to be zoned away. It's going to be zoned back. It's going to be zoned away. Lings, they do get across. They scout the Stalkers. Based on the additional Stalkers here, I mean, this is a tell that it should not be Glaives. Behind the Solar did go for a safety Roach Warren. Again, trying to figure out what's going on. +1 melee's on the way. Solar, he does drone up, and Solar, he is now aware that he's safe against Glaive Adepts. So he's droning. Solar, he's droning up, making more Lings. Basically, you wouldn't see this many Stalkers this early on if it was Glaives, because you'd want to preserve that for Adept production. So Solar, he is confirmed. Even though he didn't get into the main, he is aware. That's a Gateway Explosion. Getting up to 6 gates setup here, working towards Storm, working towards Splash Damage, working towards the mid-game. Let's go. So for the first time this series, we're getting into a standard back and forth mid-game here between Zoun and Solar, or just in a ZVP in general. Like, we've had so much aggressive builds. Like, Creator, he went for non-stop Glaive Adepts previously, and here in this series, we had Solar going into Mutas in game 1, then Adept play in game 2. He's going, never mind. So he doesn't care whether it's Adept or not, he's going for the all-in. He's going for the all-in. If you remember, we started the series off saying that Solar is very fond of 3-base all-ins. I was leaning more towards like Ling Hydra 3-base all-ins, but it's going to be a German taxi here from Solar, Ling Roach. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't think it's going to be as successful, but we'll see, just because Zoun has a decent setup here, but he has no Storm yet. Stalkers are getting caught out. Oh my god, Stalkers are going to be going down. Brutal losses. Losing 1, 2, 3 Stalkers already. These are expensive losses for Zoun. This early on as well, losing another Stalker. Yeah, another Stalker does fall. Zoun is racing back home. Lings are coming from behind. And again, Solar, he is committed. The Queens are walking across the map. Where's the taxi, by the way? Like, we have Overlord speed. Yeah, we have speed. You can see Zoun panicking. He throws down a wall of shield batteries. Again, the Roaches, they do trade well for themselves. And Solar, he backs off. Solar, he pulls away, he backs off. He realizes that he forgot the taxi baby. Oh my god. So from here he's droning. From here he backs off, he's droning. He did well punishing the army. He killed off how many? 9 Stalkers. 9 Stalkers for 1 Roach. Very efficient trades. Yes, Solar lost Zerglings, so that's fine. Those are expendable losses here. Zerglings, they built a trade, and now Solar, he techs. Infestation Pit. Hive is on the way. Lurker Den as well, just rushing into Hive Tech. Rushing into Hive Tech from here. Doubling down, going for his 4th. So Solar, he committed quite hard, then he just hammered down that drone key. Transitioning well. Ooh, no spores. No spores though. Please add a couple workers. And Solar, he drones up to 81. And I mean, again, he forced this out. Like, he forced out a wall of cannons and shield batteries. He terrified Zoun here. He scared him into being hyper defensive. And instead, Solar was hyper greedy in the follow-up. So again, Solar, he's gone away with droning up to 81, with taking up into Hive, with taking up into Lurkers. He scared Zoun into being overly defensive. I don't blame him. I don't blame Zoun, but now he's being punished for it. As Zoun's 4th base is late. So late 4th base, again, like an over-reliance here, over-investment into the site defense. And now here come the Lurkers. Here come the Lunkers. Lurkers are morphing in, and we have Lurker upgrades on the way. Now we see Zoun realizing, now he does respond with a Fleet Beacon, but this is a late Fleet Beacon, late, like everything's delayed here for Zoun. Here we go. Solar committing in. Again, just trading out some roaches, that's fine. Like, these roaches are meant to be traded out. In a way, they're kind of dead supply. And as Ami moves out, Lurkers, they just go straight across the map, going for the counterattack. Zoun, in a sense, being forced all in, but there are Lurkers to defend as well. Yeah, Lurkers back at home, Lurkers across the map, Lurkers everywhere. The Lunkers, they're everywhere. And no detection. Yeah, there's no way through. Forced to recall. There it is, forced to recall back home. The Oracle goes down. It looks like we do have detection though. Ooh, Storm of the main army. Storm of the Lurkers. Oh god, but there's still just too much here. The cannon was helping somewhat. But now Solar's just rallying. He's just rallying across the map. Again, there's no Observer, there's no Oracle, there's no Revelation. The cannon is the only form of detection here. And it's too far back. As Solar is going for the kill. He was on move command, so he gets caught out a little bit. Observer's in production. Observer now moving out. Getting in position. Observer has arrived, but there's still barely an army here. There are a lot of storms, though. Storms are popping up. Solar run by on the right-hand side, trying to force a distraction. But Solar, he has done it. He has done it. He has broken through the line of defense. Again, this barely a standing army, 14 probes going down, Lurkers are getting behind the mineral line, just pulling Zoun apart. Solar will overwhelm. Oof, will take a storm to the face. But it's fine. He can take it. GG gets caught in Solar. He will overwhelm. He will take the series 2-1. And advancing on to the round of 8. GG. GG, well played, Solar. He will claim the series. He'll advance on into the round of 8. The first player, actually, to make it through the group stage into the group stage number 2. GG, well played. Again, Solar being very flexible with his play here. As a reminder, Solar, he did start off with an all-in. He did cut workers at, I think it was like 62. Around like between 60 and 63 workers. He did cut worker production. He doubled down and going for Overlord speed. He even walked the queens across the map. And he didn't quite morph in the drop lords, but he was able to catch and punish the stalkers. And after doing so, he backed off and droned. He backed off. He just droned the hell up. He did force Zoun to overreact. Zoun, he was terrified. He threw down a wall of cannons, wall of shield batteries. He was getting ready for, he was trying to react, a late reaction as well to an attempted all-in. And Solar, he saw it. Backed off, drone up to 81, was so greedy there in droning and teched up into Lurkers, and in the end, Zoun, he fell behind. He was just left behind there. He just unfortunately overreacted. As a result, his 4th base was late, his tech was late, everything was delayed, and Solar just snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played with that. Solar. He will claim the series, and Zoun is going to be knocked down to the decider match. So he's going to be knocked down. He will have another chance though. Zoun, he is currently waiting for the winner of our next series.